Right. There's 12. There we go.
I feel like I'm sitting at the kids' table.
Come on.
This little fucking chair.
Oh, the folding chair? It's like you're sitting on the ground.
Oh, sweet. I just got your, yeah.
That's how I felt last week.
That's cool.
Turn it down.
All right. I'm just going to let that go. Live. This is Bob, and welcome to Schnozzcast episode 13. For Monday, March 18th, 2019. Sitting at the table, we have Nick.
How are you now? We got Kevin today.
How you doing, all?
Turn the volume there.
Nope. Yep.
Corey.
Danielle.
Oh, there we go. Welcome. Kevin, new to the podcast.
That's right.
Still trying to show him the ropes.
But not new to headphones, that's for sure.
Yeah, I want to point out to everybody watching, take a look at Kevin's gigantic headphones.
Hey,
Sorry,
these,
Kevin.
Look right up there.
that's all right. These are my son's gaming phones.
Oh, sure. I like the story.
Wait a second. They weren't your sons when you were explaining that before we were live. They were just gaming headphones. Now all of a sudden they're your sons.
That's
Yeah.
right. They weren't mine, but he took them over.
Kevin landed a Harrier jet outside.
Do you have like a tin of chew in each ear? You can just like slide it out. Wow. Well done. Hey, so one of the things I wanted to start with today was just a breakdown of what we've got going on, and maybe make a point to the viewers about some of the updates. Can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So if you are watching us right now on Facebook Live, what we normally do is we started this out as an audio recording, and we worked hard to get to the point where we can have that audio recording available to you in a number of different mediums. One is iTunes, and then another one is the
Podbean.
The Podbean to get for the Android users. We're looking at a way to make it available on the what would you call it? What store is that for Android?
Google Play Store.
Google Play Store.
Mhm.
I think there's a way to do that so that, if you don't like, if that's how you listen to your music and you don't like getting another app for Podbean, then you don't necessarily have to do that. But so that's in the works. But if you're watching this thinking that, oh, when this ends, that's all we do, that's not true. We generally go for another whole hour at least. And what we started doing was, with Corey driving the effort, to have the first part of the podcast available on Facebook Live for the video so that you could see what we were doing. A different dimension to all of those things. We want to make sure that you understand this is not all there is. So if you like what you're watching and you're entertained, check us out on iTunes, check us out on the Google Play Store or through Podbean, Podbean as in Nancy, and search for Schnozzcast. And we're almost caught up now. This is episode 13. We have episodes up through 11 available now, and by this coming weekend we'll have 12 up there. So we'll be we're getting to the point where we're caught up, so that ideally when you're watching us on Facebook Live over the next couple of days, you'll be able to get the audio on iTunes or Podbean as well. So good.
Yeah. People might not always have time
Mm-hmm.
to watch the Facebook Live, or they can't necessarily do it at work. And it's a great avenue to finish listening, or be able to kind of touch and go when you have time. But I also want to touch on the fact that people don't realize we kind of bend over backwards to make this work, and today's a good example because we weren't going to do one.
Right. As of like 24 hours ago.
For about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that would be too long of a time to not have a cast, so we made it work.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody around the table who did, because it wasn't easy to do. and the setup takes longer than you think it would. But I also want to say thanks to Nick for the prize that he brought. Kevin, can you bring that up front and center? Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like a work of art.
Literally.
As of about 3 hours ago, that did not exist.
Nope. Sure did.
So we went to pick it up. So
yeah, let people know I did not paint that with pastels or any kind of oil painting or anything.
I would have let that go.
Thanks to Nick for fitting this into his day.
Shit, Nick is so talented.
I know.
He did that 3 hours.
How do we purchase something like that?
Right. Without necessarily plugging, without sponsorship, a store that helped make that possible to get it 3 hours.
I was going to say,
what do you want to say about?
You really could just play it off that you did paint that and charge.
I
Like
was
100
willing to let
bucks.
him. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything.
No. I probably could, but no.
Yeah. You want to say anything else about the speed with which you got it done?
Oh yeah. So this was a conversation. We obviously like to watch Letterkenny, and that's what it's from. And we saw that that this piece of work or art that was done with pencil or whatnot was on the Facebook fan page for Letterkenny, and I was showing it to Bob last night, and he just thought it was so gorgeous that he had to have it on a shirt initially. And
Yep.
Bob's idea was that's Wayne in the photo, and Wayne's wearing a green plaid shirt, and he thought it would really accentuate the shirt if he could wear the same green plaid shirt over the shirt with that picture on the front of it.
Yeah.
And so we started talking about the idea of, he's like, well, maybe we could just get like a poster and just hang it at the Schnozzcast.
And that's when the snowball started rolling down the hill.
Oh yeah, we were really getting somewhere. We were really starting to head somewhere in that,
Yeah.
at that point.
He's like, oh, you can get, how big can you get that
How
poster?
about on a canvas print?
I'm like, what canvas?
Right.
Is canvas better? And Corey's like, oh, canvas is the way to go.
You have to
do
do it.
canvas.
And I think
Where do you get that?
in Bob's mind, this was going to be something that we'd have to send away for weeks. And, there'd be some artist in a studio that would have to do this. But no, I just sent it into the photo studio at the pharmacy a couple hours ago and just picked it up.
Quite easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It's very impressive. He walked downstairs. He's like, would you open that box for me? I'm like, oh, man. I honestly didn't know because I was still thinking big canvas thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then there it was in all its glory. I feel like Ralphie's dad when he's opening up the lamp, the little lamp. Look at that. It's so indescribably beautiful.
See, it's funny because the same show, but two different references that I could see you going with. I thought you were going to have him opening the Red Ryder BB gun because he's also excited for that.
He is, yeah. And he did work really hard for that. But
Yeah.
no, this is more like, I didn't really do any work for it. It's like, well, that's a major award.
Yes.
No, it's awesome.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, it is. And I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to look over Kevin's shoulder. Oh. So,
And just so you know, too, looking at the layout right now, if you were to put it right there,
that's where we were looking at.
I think that's going to be the spot. It's
Dead on camera?
right dead on camera, right beneath the on-air sign.
Yeah.
Be a staple of the studio.
Where are your tools?
Look, this is just going to be incentive for people to come back and watch again. Did they follow through?
Right.
And put that picture up on the wall?
It was like on Friends. Chandler, go get your tools. Oh, that's right. I left them on my bulldozer. He's like, I don't have any tools.
Yeah. Did he move that foosball table that's been sitting there forever? No, he didn't.
People are probably going to think these are props.
They
The random football, the presents that are
Look,
unopened,
we
the Christmas
could-
presents,
no,
the
we-
foosball table that looks like it's
we-
getting ready to be sent
A
off
lamp.
somewhere to like
we
some...
revealed the inscrutable mystery that is the dusty Christmas presents last episode.
Would you like to comment on what's going on with your microphone?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hoppy, if you're out there,
Hoppy,
we
man,
we
I
don't
don't
know
want
why-
to look a good person in the mouth, but I was like, what? Last episode, Hoppy was here and he left us. It was very, very generous. This mic stand and then two really good Shure microphones that we end up swapping out one of them. So now we have an extra Shure, and we're almost like we still have one lower quality one, but other than that, we're like,
Thanks, man.
it's like we're all. It's like we know what we're doing.
We're all
Well,
grown up.
but you tried to get on the same page with the lower quality.
I did. Yeah, because it wasn't
With duct tape.
Well, so that's what happened. So I didn't. We used this microphone last time. I know we did. You were sitting right over there.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even think about it. I hadn't come down here since we last. So coming down to set up and everything, and I'm like,
Since we
where's
last cast.
Yeah. Since where's the holder for the pinch arm for the thing? And I'm like, Corey, like, you wouldn't have taken that with him, would you have?
Must have.
But you remember, because there's some slight genius to it. Because remember George on Seinfeld did the leave behind, where he'd like
Yeah.
put something under the pillow so he'd have an excuse for a second date.
Oh, Hoppy, you magnificent.
It's the
bastard.
opposite. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to bring that by next time. When are you guys doing the podcast again?
Well played.
Yeah, yeah. And I really, I can't get mad at him because Jesus, this is so generous.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I
You
can only
invite him
assume.
again?
I can only assume that while he was cleaning up his stuff that he wasn't gonna leave here, he grabbed it just out of habit and would just like put it in his bag or whatever.
Was it his?
Yeah, the whole stand was. He left the stand.
I did. I remember seeing him unscrewing something, and I thought he
Yeah.
was taking this all apart, and he left it, and like he just took something. Maybe he's
He-
like, "This part is what I need." No, fuck you
What
guys.
when I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, believing it'll make me feel better, is he's like, you know what? Not for nothing. Why don't you guys can do a little bit of work, right? Just go get yourself a thing right there. I gave you 2 mics in the stand.
I was
What
gonna
do you
say
want from me?
I left all the good stuff.
Yeah. You know, this is, you got to put a little bit of effort in there.
If we can back up to
Yeah.
the updates on all the new stuff that we've
Is that
been doing.
one viewer I see?
Apparently it's been cutting in and out. So
Okay.
What the feed is?
the what?
The feed is cutting it out.
Oh yes.
Is it, oh.
Why are we talking about fetuses?
The feed is.
The fetus cut out.
Oh boy, that took a hard left.
Sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, Corey, it's a little too soon for the abortion jokes.
The fetus cut out?
Right. Well, I'm surprised you're not, smacking the table because of the Wi-Fi.
Well, the camera's working, so that's really at this point what
Oh,
I
it's
really
crazy.
care about.
I did absolutely no work or updating to the Wi-Fi, and yet
Because I was over here when I connected it. I didn't stand over in the corner.
But the feed's going in and out.
Well, yeah, that's because Bob's Wi-Fi is not good.
watching it right
I was
there.
gonna say Bob literally just got the feed up because it wasn't going through. So I still stand at the Wi-Fi here. There's something wrong with it.
Oh Jesus!
But anyways, going back to the new things that we're doing.
Yeah.
The new edition of the live stream being posted onto YouTube. If you go to our YouTube page, Schnozzcast Podcast, after we added all the sound and video,
Mm-hmm.
the full live stream will be up on YouTube, so you can watch it much easier than having to watch it on Facebook Live or not being able to pause and regain your spot.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
go check out the YouTube page, Schnozzcast Podcast.
How much work did it take you to do that?
For the first time, it took a lot because it wasn't. I wasn't understanding some of the editing apps and how they were working, so it took several hours. Today, the video putting up today was much easier. But
So you have a repeatable process now that you can use.
I think so. Yeah, I think I got it down.
What's the next step? Do I need to get you in touch with Cecilia to become our social media manager for things that are outside of your wheelhouse? Let's say Instagram, like a live Instagram.
Yes, the Instagram that I've asked her about for months now.
Okay.
That one.
Right. That's
Okay.
the one.
Well, once she gets that up and going,
I'm sure she's listening. She's taking notes. Going to call Corey.
yes, I'm very sure.
Right.
Yeah, if she can get that up and going, I have no problem with it. That'd be awesome.
Cool. Danielle, how
Yes.
are you? How are you?
Good, because you're all staring at me.
What's new with you?
Not much.
Yeah?
No,
Did you have the day off today?
I did not.
Oh, you got to work tomorrow.
I do.
All right. How did you spend your St. Patty's Day?
I actually went to, it's called Baffin in St. Clair Shores.
Oh, I saw something about this. You finally had your 1,000th beer?
No.
Thousand?
I think it's like 150
Hey?
that you get to get your mug.
150, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it a small mug? Do you
No,
get a big? Okay.
it's like 24 ounces.
Really?
So
It's Corey's favorite place to go.
what we're gonna do when you edit this, just completely cut out the name of the place, because if there's anyone that we are not gonna shamelessly plug, it is that hellhole of a place.
All right. Well, I feel like there's a story here.
It's just because it's all beer, and Corey's not
So
big on beer.
yeah, when we had gone there,
Oh, wait.
Not
did
according
you-
to our poll.
Did you bring this up before? I think maybe when we did the poll, beer versus wine.
no, did I? I don't think
I
so.
think you might have.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Well, when we get there, we walk in, and I ordered my usual vodka Sprite. And
Oh, yeah.
the bartender looks at me and, as if I'm an alien, says, "Well, you can go down to the corner and get that."
There was another bar on the like 2 things over.
As in,
that's
like,
that's fucking
you can
rude.
bring your own drink.
No. Basically, you can go down there, and
Oh, okay.
I'm like, so I started kind of like chuckling, and she's like, "No, what do you want?" I'm like, and that's when I was informed that they only serve their craft beer there.
And
Oh,
my bad not mentioning it before.
yeah, know your audience, Dan.
I know.
Then we also
that was the first time you did.
That was the first time.
Yeah.
Second time, go back because the Sweetwater and Tavern wing truck is outside. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Great wings.
Mhm.
Go there to get some wings, sitting down. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to drink this crappy beer with wings. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to order a pop. Guess what I was informed of?
They don't serve pop.
They don't serve pop in this place.
What? Are you kidding me?
It's a brewery. It's
Right,
not.
but if you come in there with your kids aren't going to drink beer. What are they going to drink?
Literally, the only thing there's no point to bring your kid in there because that's all they don't even have food.
Not anymore.
They don't have food.
They don't have food.
No, they
Lost their
used,
food license.
They used to partner with the bar on the corner, and then there was some.
Okay, so now I'm
Mishaps.
very curious.
Yes, thank
at,
you, Nick.
At the time that you guys went, did they have food?
No.
Okay, so
No,
you
they've
brought
been
Corey.
bringing in food trucks.
So you brought
Why did you
Corey.
bring Corey though?
Corey, you brought Corey
For wings.
to a brewery that you couldn't eat or drink anything.
Well, the
What
original
option?
time we went, we didn't go to eat. We had already eaten.
Was he having the pop off sweats?
Dude, it was the worst time ever.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it was terrible.
But you had a beer, or did
Yeah,
you refuse to drink?
No, he had beer.
I had beer and then but it was disgusting.
This fucking place.
Okay. And so
Yeah,
every
so
time you've been there, you've
Miserable.
powered through a beer.
Yes,
Okay.
barely.
You should
It's
have had.
only been twice.
You should. You know what you should have done. You should have had someone DoorDash you Sprite and vodka and some food and just laid it out on the table while you were there and just
Which
sipped on it.
we did. We ordered Grubhub yesterday when we were there, so.
You went back? Why are you guys
I
keep
go
going?
back.
I didn't. I was
Oh,
not there.
Yeah, Corey wasn't there.
He was at work.
Like, why are you doing this to yourself? It's
But
like
you've
you
been
stubbed
there
your toe
enough
and you
to
kept
have
hitting it against the
150
wall.
beers.
Yeah.
And get
No,
your own
no,
bottle.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Again, too. That's another falsity to the story.
Oh, are you patting
You
your...
can't talk about that.
Wait,
wait a
hold on
second. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on a second.
So,
Are
yeah,
we to believe?
I think I really get my chance to get back at that terrible establishment right now.
No.
No, you're digging in a mine for days and days and days, and all you see is rock, and finally you get a piece of gold, and you say, let's shut it down and go upstairs?
Yeah.
No!
Nope.
You gotta look for it, keep digging!
Because it can't be brought up.
Why?
Out of
They're
the
not listening.
I don't even know what this is, I'm so interested.
out of the actual 150 beers, I'd say about 20 of them were drank.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Well,
okay.
oh,
They issue
okay.
they issue punch cards
Yeah.
for to keep tabs of how many beers you've had.
Yeah.
And the next day, Danielle went to Staples and bought a punch.
No, didn't even
No.
have to do that.
What?
But that's all the different times
When you know
she's been
people
there.
that work in certain places that control that punch.
No, you didn't use one of your Schnozzcast ties, did you?
No, why would I help the place out? I hate it.
But you're helping her out.
No.
No, because I've only been there
doesn't go.
twice.
I may be losing interest. I'm not quite sure where we're
I
going
want to
now.
know what is it? Who is driving the falsification or the inflation, the artificial inflation of the number of beers drank? Is it Danielle going, hey,
So she got a bunch.
maybe a couple of extra punches there?
For every beer gets 10 punches.
So she got some
Hey.
extra. She got some extra cards. So is there okay? So every so many punches you get a free beer, right?
No.
What do you get?
You earn different, like, things.
So you're just earning things quicker than most.
Yes.
The place isn't going to shut down because.
No, I know, but it's still the fact of like it didn't need to be brought up. Is what I'm saying.
Well, but the name of the place is going to be cut out. So, remember?
I know.
Yeah. So I think you guys are good.
I just don't want anybody to get in trouble because it's not worth it.
I don't think our reach is
I
that
was
far.
gonna say, I don't think-
It could
Hold
be.
on,
You don't know
hold
who
on.
listens to it outside of here.
Yeah, I feel like we do. Can you do me a favor?
I feel like we know.
Clearly, right now, we
One
only have
person.
one person.
That's Corey.
Right.
That is Corey right
That's
there.
actually Bob.
Can you do me a favor right now? At the tail of the story, I want just everyone be quiet, and I just want you to say unnamed bar into the microphone.
Okay.
Ready?
Unnamed bar.
Perfect. I'll take that and I'll snip it over
Perfect.
the name of the bar.
I appreciate that.
Man, you think you know someone?
Man, what he or she just said or did not say was sure funny or not.
Oh. Boy, if someone were listening, which we know they weren't, someone would be in a little bit of
Just
trouble.
on the off chance. It's all.
I respect that. Look, not a single one of us at this table has not, bent the rules to get
Oh, I know.
someone with a life shirt.
Never.
Don't feel bad.
I don't. I just don't
You
want
just now
anybody to get
you've
in
now
trouble.
sunk down to our level. That's probably the most disappointing thing for you.
I'll tell you where there aren't any rules being bent. Uncle Ray's official. That's where.
That's right.
That's what I'll tell you.
No punch cards.
Nope.
Nope.
They don't
No
need 'em.
frequent drinker programs.
Nope.
Nope. No frequent guests.
No.
They have food.
No coupons. No discounts.
They do have frequent
No
guests.
special. No rewards for that kind of stuff, though.
So, I was thinking maybe one night the mother or the grandmother of Uncle Ray's official would like to stop by one night. The matriarch,
The who?
Nancy. Every time you're spelling out Podbean, you say Nancy at the end, and I get this flash in my head.
My mom's name is Nancy. Just a whole habit. But there's no way she'd make it down those steps.
Not
That would
with,
take
not with Corey so
forever.
close by, she definitely would.
We could easily get down those steps.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Do you think she'd like to talk?
Oh, she'd love to talk.
Give her some food. She'll be all set.
I have to turn those levels way down.
Oh my God.
You get her
What
to
we'd,
call
what we'd
in.
have to do, put a couple pizza boxes down here, put on a 1920s Western,
Okay.
and Nancy would be talking away.
Could you imagine?
Yes. What do you think that would sound like, Nick? Were she down here?
If she was down here?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Gene Autry? The whole podcast would be about who's in the movie.
Right. But there's no way I would put a movie on if she was down here. Why
There's
would
no
you?
way she would be down here. Why are we even rationally thinking
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah. Very true.
Not with Corey. Corey would lose his mind.
Oh, yeah.
I would probably be absent.
We
that
would.
day.
You've never seen someone on a podcast ignoring someone else on a podcast like that day. You'd be like,
But
maybe I could
the best thing is
start looking up some new cars to buy.
we could just not give her a seat and just randomly put food and interesting things that Nancy would find interesting around the table, so she could just creep behind us and like ask us questions and say things and sidle right up like she does.
As you do.
As you do.
Kevin, is this everything you thought it would be?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then some.
It's a little slice of heaven. What's going on with you, sir? What's new in the world of Kevin?
Well, about to finish nursing school, so that's good.
How long you got left?
4 weeks,
4 weeks.
5 weeks, something like that. As long as I pass this test today. We'll see.
You took it today.
Yeah.
Okay.
This morning, yeah.
So are you here like as a sort of quasi celebration?
Yes.
Like I did so well, I think I'm gonna go on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And my one night off a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's lots of fun.
We were honored that you took the one night off to be here.
Well, of
Hang
course.
out with the loved ones.
I was saying, Kevin, this is the Kevin that has watched every single
Oh, you're legendary, sir.
live stream and is tuned in on everything. So
I'm usually at work when I'm there watching, so.
Yep.
Which is one of the reasons why our viewers aren't doubled right now.
Right. One of them would have been you.
That's right. Thanks, Kevin. We hold a record of 16,
Woo!
and we take those numbers very seriously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. In fact, Where's all your supporting family? Do they know you're on this podcast?
I was
here?
trying to text him, and nah.
No?
He told me to put my phone down.
I told him.
Oh.
Because I
It
heard
was
like,
making
no,
noises.
well, look.
like,
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. But take your headphones off for a second. I can go wander over there.
All right.
if you don't
I mean,
come back,
my-
that's fine.
hopefully they
my
know where
monster
you are.
headphones.
It might not be working. I just find it odd that 1 to 2 people are fluctuating like that. Something might not be working.
I think there's a very, very big lag in the.
I can tell you that the 5G was what was giving me trouble on the Facebook Watch. It just stopped working, so I switched back to the 2.1, and everything was fine.
Is this the new one?
Oh, no.
No?
No, I'm still trying to, like, transfer files over and stuff.
Oh,
I don't, it wasn't a urgent need. Plus, I didn't want to, like, let's not introduce a new laptop and new software into this. Like, I really just, let's just get going.
yeah.
You know, we don't have any phone-in guests. We don't have, we've got an extra microphone now. It's awesome. So let's not complicate things.
Gotcha.
It would have taken, because I want to move to something different, some other different kind of software
Mm-hmm.
that will hopefully solve some of the other issues that we're having.
I couldn't tell if he was making a phone call or he was talking to someone.
Oh. Hi, this is Kevin. In case you're
Please
wondering
leave your message.
why I haven't come home yet, I'm on a podcast. No, that's not slang for a strip club. I'm actually on a podcast. You know that thing I do where I'm ignoring you all the time and I'm watching this thing and I'm laughing, but it's not at you, and you're going, "Oh, Daddy, spend time with me, honey. Why can't you eat dinner with
I
us?"
told you.
This is what I'm doing.
Told you.
This is
What?
what I'm doing.
Nothing.
Kevin did have to pull some strings to make this happen too. He did tell me
Yeah.
that. Well, I mean, you have to imagine your only day that you're not at work or school.
Yeah.
You're going to do what?
Yeah.
A what cast? So.
Yeah.
But it's all about priorities, Kevin. It's all about priorities. So.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, he's mending fences right now, as fast as those little thumbs can go.
I don't know.
Chicken at the table.
I think the table started to tilt when he put these on.
It was like a thud. Just a giant thud.
Right. Oh, I can walk away.
It's just, he's like, yeah, so that's,
Yeah, Carla, I don't know why my neck's been hurting
Yeah.
today.
Had to call off work.
Yeah.
A kink in my
Bob,
neck.
yeah, those are Wayne headphones. Like that's what those big neck muscles
Bob,
are for.
Bob.
Supporting a giant.
Oh,
Whoa.
come on, guys.
So here's what I want to ask you. Have you had any other ideas for interesting? Let's put it to Kevin. Kevin, put you on the spot.
All right.
If we have a number one fan, it's probably you.
That's right.
Yeah. You give up that status because you're here all the time.
Right.
You can't be a fan and a participant.
This is true.
But Kevin, special guest. One of the things that we started doing in the last few weeks was trying to come up with different segments.
Mm-hmm.
To limited success.
Yeah.
We're trying to kind of figure it out.
Figure it out.
One of the things that we started doing was pick of the week.
That's right.
Yep.
And from that, we could go off in a couple different areas with different segments about like food we're all going to try. Like Nick brought some awesome spicy pickles.
No, I didn't.
I'm waiting for.
Oh, sorry, Corey.
No.
Corey.
No, I
The
didn't.
moonshine pickles.
Moonshine pickles. Sorry.
I'm waiting for the jalapeno challenge too. I know Nick will be in on
Right,
that one.
Yes. You said you got somebody lined up for that?
Yes, I do.
Do we have a date?
Well, Nick needs his crop to.
Oh yeah, that'll be in the summertime.
Summertime? Okay.
Yeah, probably late summer.
Well, did you ever share the list I gave you? I gave you a whole list of things.
I think I did bring up a couple things with
Now
you
we
guys.
had the Amber list. I don't know
Yeah.
that I ever saw.
There was a
the
cat. I
Kevin
think
list.
I told you guys it was over some drinks. Surprise, surprise.
All right, so let's assume that I don't remember any of the things. that you
I'm
told me.
assuming that as well.
Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, a few things.
Okay,
You know,
let's go.
these
Yeah,
two, Nick and Corey are always about gadgets, right? They love their little toys.
Maybe.
I think they would have preferred you if you stopped at gadgets, but that's fine.
Yeah, seriously, Kevin. Come on.
But they should highlight a new gadget or toy that they just bought that they like. Whether it be this new GoPro that you keep getting, updating and stuff,
Yeah,
or
it was for the
or-
good of the show.
or all the automation you have going on in your house, Nick.
Kevin, do you think that those would be covered in Pick of the Week?
Could be.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's no Dawn's dish.
Right. See, that's the kind of thing where, like, I don't want to, like, we're looking for different ideas. And I think you are right.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely one of the things that we started thinking about was, and I think Nick even said, like, oh, well, what do you mean Pick of the Week? I don't like sports. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're always recommending stuff that you've
Mhm.
seen, like whether it's
Yeah.
the new Alexa that came out or, something having to do with home automation where you're like, this is awesome.
The Innova sous vide.
The sous vide, absolutely. Those are things that we'd spend hours talking about those over the course of
Oh, yeah.
several different visits to the bar. So
Yeah. And then I also thought about, you always hear about those crazy laws that are still on the books.
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nick didn't bring any of this up to us, Kevin.
He must have misplaced your list.
He's my guest.
Who just stabbed you in the back?
No, it's quality control. You know?
Yeah.
If I just give away all the
I was,
ideas,
I
then
was
we don't
just-
need to bring Kevin on.
I was just waiting for Kevin.
What do I need you for?
Right.
I was just waiting for Kevin to come on the show to tell his own ideas.
Give away.
Right.
You don't give away the farm.
Right. I like that.
Not my pig, not my farm.
Maybe
Yeah.
some of
And
maybe
there's some
of
law
your,
enforcement background here around the table. So
maybe some of your favorite vehicles you like driving.
okay. Nick's like, that's the same look when we started talking about sports.
I'm listening.
Go on.
Well, the only way to get Nick's attention is talking about gardening.
Oh yeah, that's the only way.
The only way.
Only
beer.
way. Thanks. Cool, Kevin.
Gardening or stew.
Well,
Or stew.
That was pretty good.
you're really good friends with me. So what does that say about you, buddy?
Oh.
That he puts up with you.
All right, so those are good ideas. What about some of the other things that you guys, when you think about hanging out with Nick and some of the mindless stuff that you might talk about from the course of just hanging out? Since we started this podcast and since you've been listening,
Yeah.
you probably had the same realization that we did when we were thinking about it, going like, oh, I spend a lot of time with my friends talking about stuff. I think it's hilarious. I wonder if other people would think it's hilarious too. And since you've been watching us do this, I'm sure you've probably had a couple things that you've list and mentioned to Nick that you thought like, oh, this is something that would be really good at the podcast, or like, oh, if I was in charge, this is what I would do. Those are the kind of things I'm looking for.
No, those crazy stories from your college days were pretty good. So having those type of stories, those always bring in the laughs, bring in the numbers.
The laughs. Well, they're not bringing in the numbers. That's
Those make the twos go into fours. That's all we have to say.
I would say it did just make the one go into a 5. So.
There you go.
yeah.
Okay, Kevin's talking. Did you see him? He got up. His whole family's watching now. So
Yeah. Thank you to the Cromwell family.
the Cromwell grandparents
Sir.
are right. What are we watching?
Kevin said
That's
he's got
Kevy. Look at him.
He's got this thing in his head. I didn't recognize him
Kevy's
until
on-
he turned to the camera.
Kevy's on the TV.
Well, I think those are the kinds of directions that I think we're going to eventually need to go in. I know when we talked about it earlier, there were a couple of ideas that were specifically from Amber that pertain to you, because she identified with you guys need a woman on the podcast. There's too much testosterone there.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
She brings an element that you guys can't possibly bring. And I'm like, that's correct. I'm with you. So she had
The voice of reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Why did I say yeah?
I know.
Yeah.
Nick agreed with
And
me.
then I just heard it in my head, and I'm like, no.
Too late.
Damn it.
Is it only not the voice of reason because she has no prayer of changing our minds?
Probably. I mean, it's her own reason, I guess.
Jackassery,
Oh.
stubborn to.
God. This is one sinking ship table right here.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, you as the lone constant female presence. Where do you feel like? I mean, when you walk out of here after the podcast, do you go, man? Next time, I